In this video, I'm going to show you how you can grow your business while spending less time in your business and get some of your life back with something called the Delegation Protocol. And the first time I used this, I realized there were 20 hours of my life I was losing in my business that I didn't need to, and I could start the process to get them back. And I'm going to walk you through the Delegation Protocol today. And hey, if you're new to the channel, welcome here. My name is James Robbins, and I've built a leadership consulting business that works with Fortune 500 companies, but I also have another business where I'm helping entrepreneurs and small business owners get clients and grow their businesses, because as a small business owner myself, we know that's always the challenge. But let's jump into the Delegation Protocol. So what the Delegation Protocol is, we use this with our corporate clients, right? When we're working with CEOs and we're helping them optimize who they are so they can bring their highest gifts to the organization, right? Because that's what's important. It's no different with you, right? Depending how big your team is, maybe you only have a team of 5, maybe you have a team of 20, but there are things about you, there are like your zone of genius, your strengths, the things you should most be spending your time on. But for a lot of leaders, that gets shoved out because we're doing all these $10 tasks. And once you own a business and have employees, you shouldn't be doing $10 tasks anymore. So I'm going to walk you through the process that we take executives through, even Fortune 500 CEOs through, and you'll see it's really simple but very powerful. So I'm going to pull up my screen here and show you. This is the Delegation Protocol, but it's actually in 2 pieces. The first piece is something called the energy and activity audit. And so what we do is we will have the CEO or the business owner come in here, and basically they will just write down everything they do. And so this takes a bit of a commitment, right, to do this. And it might take them a week or so as they go through every day. They can revisit this list. They're going to write down everything they do under the specific task and how many hours a week do they estimate doing that, like checking email or setting up appointments, whatever it might be. And then they're going to come over here and they're going to rate this tier. And they are going to basically say, is this an admin task? Right? This is simple administrative work that an assistant could do. Is this technician task? Right? This is often the work to keep your business running day to day, including creating, delivering. Is this a manager task? This is the work of managing the department or the team, right? Holding people accountable, following up, making sure people have clarity. Or is this an executive level function, right? Leading the business, including things like vision, strategy, partnerships, working on your business, not working in your business. And then the last thing we ask them to do is this task. Does this take energy? Does this give me energy? Or is this neutral? And so after they do that, right, and I want you to do that, right? You're going to write down all the tasks that you do. You're going to rank them. And then it's going to show you how much time you're spending with admin work, with technician work, manager work, and executive work. And so what we find when we're working with executives is that most often they are stuck in number 2 and number 3, a little bit of number 1, but they're often neglecting number 4 altogether. So that's the first worksheet there, right? And that just brings a ton of awareness. Now, once we've done that, and the other part of this is just to take a look at the energy score. How many hours of what you do give you energy? We were going through this and we had one executive and she went through and 80% of her time was in things that took her energy. And so that was very insightful for her, because if 80% of your life is stealing energy from you, something's wrong, right? You started your own business. I don't know why you started it, but it wasn't so that 80% of your time felt like somebody is sucking all the energy out of you, right? Or you started it for more freedom, for more money, more whatever it might be, but it wasn't to have your energy sucked from you. So you might be surprised when you go through this, you might find that a lot of things do suck your energy, but it's good to know. So once you do that, then you're going to come over here to the second worksheet, and this is the Delegation Protocol. Now, What you want to do in the delegation protocol is you want to come over here on this left side where there's these green shaded boxes. And basically, these are your highest value activities. This is your zone of genius. In other words, what are the things that you should be doing with the most of your time? Maybe it's driving revenue through sales. Maybe it's creating strategic partnerships. Maybe you're more the technician and it's actually doing the client work. Like whatever your highest zone of genius is, what are those activities? And so go ahead and write those down, and this will give you a chance to, you're not going to go all the way to the bottom here. It shouldn't go to 20, but you're going to fill those out. Then you're going to come over here and you're going to think, what do I need to get off my list? This is my stop doing list. And the first three, that's for you to, like, what's the urgent things I got to get off my list? We're going to put it in here. So maybe it's booking your travel. Maybe it's, for me in my business, it was editing videos. It was just all this admin task, tracking down someone's password because they couldn't find their login on one of our online courses. This kind of stuff. And once you do that, you click here, how many hours do you think you spend a week on that? So let's say I spend an hour there, and you're going to write all the things that you should get off your plate. Now, you're not going to be able to get them off your plate right away. That's okay, but this is going to be a list where we're going to start. But down here, you're going to see a total of how many hours that you are doing things that you don't need to be doing. And then with each task, so again, this is a process. This takes some time. It might take you a couple of weeks to go through this, but what you do is let's say we've got on here, I'm going to just type in here, editing videos, right? So we put that in there, and here's my choices. I can eliminate this, like just stop doing it and see if anyone cares. Now in this case, I de-edit. Videos need to get edited, but let's say maybe there's something you could just stop and no one will miss it. Maybe it's creating the newsletter for your staff and you just stop and no one will miss it. I can eliminate it, or can I automate it? Is there some way I can automate this? Maybe there's an AI tool that we can do. What about outsourcing it? Outsourcing it, I could find somebody who can do this 2 hours a week, and they're not going to come into my company. They're not going to be an employee, but can I outsource this? Can I delegate this within my company, right? Do I have somebody who can edit videos? And maybe I think, nope. Or if it's a significant amount of hours, then maybe I hire it. And so you might not have the person to hire right now. That's fine. But you're going to go through each of these lists and you will start making selections. But let's say you start to get a bunch of things that you put in here under hire. Then this begins to help you understand who is your next hire, or what are the most important things that maybe the next hire needs to do. It's going to help you create job descriptions. Now, you don't have to use these things, but this is just a way for you to create some next actions, and you can even put in here and you can chart your progress. Of course, you don't have to use this, but you will do that, right? So that's the delegation protocol. But here's the thing. If you use this or something like this, right? If you use this or something like this, what you're going to find is you're going to learn about all the things that you're doing that you shouldn't be doing. And it happens to us as business owners at every level, right? Every time you hire someone new, there's a good chance there's something else you should get rid of. But as you go through this, it's going to bring great awareness for you, and then you're going to be able to make decisions to get stuff off your plate. Because like when I went through it, like I told you, there were 20 hours of things that I thought I shouldn't be doing that, which meant my week was 20 hours longer than it should be. Now, I'm speaking to entrepreneurs and business owners. We just work, right? We work hard or we wouldn't be doing this business. But at the same time, we don't have to kill ourselves. And that's where a simple tool like this can buy hours of your life back. And so you can then use those hours to focus on your zone of genius, and then also, hey, spend some of them on yourself, on your life, on your family, on the things that you like to do and that you want to do. So if you would like to use the delegation protocol, I'm going to leave a link for you in the description. And like I said, as you go through it, you may not be able to fix everything right away. That's okay, but at least create a plan so that you can be more streamlined as a business owner, as an executive, as an entrepreneur, because we want to own our businesses, but we don't want them to own us. And the delegation protocol is a huge thing to help set you free.